All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders, the elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, the men on the highways and the byways that are pushing out this word in truth and sincerity, to the remnant men, women, and children of the elect. To you all, I say Shalom. My name is Ahmawan Ahyash, and I'm back with another lesson through the power and spirit of Yahawashi. And Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to report on the recent activity, with World War III, man. Over the past couple of days, there's been a lot of movement and war talk. And basically, man, the war drums are beating. Okay? The war drums are beating, man. And prophecy says that, we're close to World War III. Prophecy says that World War III will happen. There's some other prophecies, as we know, the MOTB, Jacob's Trouble, that has to happen first. But, those are the lead up to World War III. And, over these past couple of days, we've seen some real activity, man. You know what I'm saying? And this video I'm about to play real quick, this is from Alex Jones's X account. And as you can read here, it says Trump issues emergency World War III warning. 47 calls for an immediate ceasefire to be declared by Ukraine and Russia to stop the war escalating to nuclear Armageddon. All right, so at the end of the day, we know what this is going to end up in. This is the nuclear war that will take place, thus saith the scriptures. All right, but listen to Trump.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. It would be nuclear Armageddon. Nothing is more important than avoiding that nightmare. We will avoid it, but we need new leadership. Every day this proxy battle in Ukraine continues, we risk global war. We must be absolutely clear that our objective is to immediately have a total cessation of hostilities. All shooting has to stop. This is the central issue. We need peace without delay. In addition, there must also be a complete commitment to dismantling the entire globalist neocon establishment that is perpetually dragging us into endless wars, pretending to fight for freedom and democracy abroad, while they turn us into a third world country and a third world dictatorship right here at home. The State Department, the defense bureaucracy, the intelligence services, and all of the rest need to be completely overhauled and reconstituted to fire the deep staters and put America first. We have to put America first. Finally, we have to finish the process we began under my administration of fundamentally reevaluating NATO's purpose and NATO's mission. Our foreign policy establishment keeps trying to pull the world into conflict with a nuclear-armed Russia based on the lie that Russia represents our greatest threat. But the greatest threat to Western civilization today is not Russia. It's probably, more than anything else, ourselves and some of the horrible USA-hating people that represent us. It's the...
All right, that's enough of that. So, the first thing he started off saying was, we've never been closer to World War III than we are today, which is absolutely true. All right, that's a true statement. We are very, very close to the war that end all wars. Okay, this thermonuclear war will take place, and there's no denying it. There's nothing that Trump can do to stop World War III from happening, regardless of what, regardless of trying to make things, apparent and known. He says, we have to The goal is to stop this from happening, stop these proxy wars, stop funding them, stop doing this, that, and the third, which is all right, cool. It's good to say, it's good, but at the end of the day, the Lord is going to put the spirit on these nations to go to war, right? It's not in the hands, or it's not the will of Donald Trump or Kim Jong-un or Zelensky or Putin. It's not the will of any of them to stop or to actually have these wars. It's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahawashi. All right. Now he mentioned the Ukraine-Russia conflict. Okay. This is coming from the New York Post just yesterday, November 17th. All right. And it reads, Russia launches 120 missiles and 90 drones in massive attack on Ukraine. Zelensky. All right, so this is what he says. So, all right, it says Russia on Sunday launched a massive drone and missile attack on Ukraine, described by officials as the largest over the past months, targeting energy infrastructure and killing civilians. The attack came as fears are mounting about Moscow's intentions to devastate Ukraine's power generation capacity ahead of the cold winter. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, said that Russia had launched a total of 120 missiles and 90 drones in a very large-scale attack across Ukraine. Various types of drones were deployed, he said, including Iranian-made Shaheds, as well as cruise ballistic and aircraft-launched ballistic missiles. All right, so this is, these are the events that are going to lead into, this thing really taking, this war fully taking place, okay? Which the scriptures say that this will take place in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Now, nuclear missiles will get shot over here to Babylon the Great, okay? Those arrows, as the scriptures describe them as, will get shot over here to Babylon the Great. Make no mistake about it. All right. And this is just the men of the Lord that are just reporting what's happening through the spirits and linking up these current events, linking up these reports to prophecy. All right, there's no doubt about it that this stuff will happen. Okay, this is what North Korea's Kim Jong-un said just the other day. All right, this is from DWD.com. North Korea's Kim urges military to prepare for war. Why are they urging their military to prepare for war? Because they know what's on the horizon. They see what's going on, across the globe. They see, they understand what's on deck and what's at stake. These countries are trying to position themselves to be the #1 superpower, to take America out, take the West out. And they're urging their military to prepare for war because this is just the time we're in. All right. This is just the time we're in. Really quick, it just made me think of Ecclesiastes chapter 3. All right. And verse 8. It says, actually, let me start at 1. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season. To everything there is a season and a time. To every purpose under the heaven. Okay, so there's a season for everything. What season are we in? Jumping down to verse 8. A time to love, a time to hate, a time of war, and a time of peace. Okay, so we're in the time of war. We're definitely not in the time of peace. All right, we're in the time of war. As you can see, that's going on, around the earth. All right, missiles being shot, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Iran, all this stuff is happening because it's the season of war. Okay. It says in a speech to military commanders, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un described the Korean Peninsula as the world's biggest hotspot. All right. It says North Korean leader Kim Jong-un called on the country's military for a limitless expansion of its nuclear program to counter U.S.-led threats and comments reported on Monday. So this is all about the West. All right. He's calling on the military for a limitless expansion. Okay, what is a limitless expansion? Meaning all guns ablaze, man. Everything that we got, let's prepare for this to go in, prepare to go into war with everything that we got. All right. It's called he called on his country's military for a limitless expansion of its nuclear program. All right, because this is about nuclear war. Plain and simple, man. Plain and simple. Okay. It says here, the remarks come amid a rise in tensions between Pyongyang and Seoul, as well as Washington after it redefined its southern neighbor as a hostile state and began sending soldiers to fight for Russia and Ukraine. All right. It says, what did Kim Jong-un tell North Korean forces? Kim gave a speech to battalion commanders and political instructors on Friday, state media KCNA reported, adding that he urged the military to focus efforts on completing war preparations. He ardently called upon all the participants to go all out. It says he ardently called upon all the participants to go all out for bringing about substantial and fundamental improvement in improving their capabilities for fighting an actual war. All right. It says Kim criticized the United States for its updated nuclear strategies with South Korea, and increased military cooperation with Japan, which he referred to as an Asian NATO that escalates regional tensions. In September, Kim had vowed that the country would exponentially expand its nuclear arsenal in response to the reckless expansion of a U.S.-led regional military bloc. So they're saying basically the U.S. is, has a lot of influence with these other nations. Okay. And he called it a reckless expansion of the U.S.-led regional military bloc. So that region where U.S. has the influence, things are happening, man, with these nations and with their nuclear capabilities and their nuclear programs. And in North Korea, Kim Jong-un's like, man, look, we're going to have to defend ourselves when shit pop off. We're going to have to be on the offensive, not necessarily the defensive. We got to be ready. So that's why he's calling on expanding the way he is. It says he has often blamed North Korea's increasing weapon arsenal on the U.S. Okay, basically saying, look, man, anytime we know what the U.S. is preparing for, we know that their nuclear program is crazy, so we got to be just as and better. And our program has to be that much better. All right, and this is just the times that we're in. I got one more article real quick from the RT. Okay, it says NATO state blasts senseless biting missile U-turn. It says the U.S. allowing Ukraine to attack Russia isn't helping. Slovakia's Robert Fico has said, lifting restrictions on Ukraine's use of U.S. supply long-range missiles against targets deep into Russian territory is senseless and counterproductive, Slovak Prime Minister Robert Fico has said. Biden has reportedly removed the restriction on Ukraine's use of ATACMS missiles, according to the New York Times report on Sunday. The White House has made no official statements. It said this is an unprecedented escalation of tensions, Fico said on Monday, okay? An unprecedented escalation of tensions. All right. Fico said on Monday, calling an attempt to negatively affect the policies of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump and frustrate and delay any peace talks, okay? So, what Trump said in that video I played is basically, man, the biggest threat right now is, our own administration. And what this guy is saying, this is calling an attempt to negatively affect the policies of Donald Trump and frustrate and delay any peace talks. So if Biden and his administration is allowing, if they're allowing Ukraine to use their weapons and use their missiles and basically giving them the okay and the go to attack Russia, that's going to frustrate and delay the peace talks that Donald Trump has in mind. Okay, so again, there's infighting. All right, there's things that take place, even just from administration to administration, that doesn't make sense, and it's all political moves. It's all, very these are things that happen within, and it has an impact on things globally. Okay, he mentioned NATO being involved and all these different type of things. So, when it all hits the fan, and these countries, these nations have had enough, okay, of the U.S. influence and the impact on this stuff, on what's happening globally, then all bets are off, man. They just gonna pop off. They just gonna pop off, man. All right, this is what we're witnessing. This is what we're seeing. All right, just a couple scriptures real quick. Is the book of Matthew, chapter 24. In verse 6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars." Okay. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're seeing the wars, everything that I'm reading with these nations, okay, talking about war, and again, the war drums are beating, but the end is not yet. Okay, things have to actually go down. Other things have to take place before this happens. So it's not yet, but wars and rumors of wars are going to lead to actual wars, and in this case, World War III, man. Okay, they mentioned nuclear. They these countries are talking straight nuclear program, nuclear missiles. All right, because that's how this World War III will take place. Isaiah 9:5 says, "For every battle of the warriors with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire." Okay, so because the only thing that can make the fuel of fire and burning take place is when these nukes, man. That's what's going to make this a gloomy, dark day. Okay, that's what's going to make Babylon completely fall and burn, these nuclear missiles, man. And Kal Halal Yahawah for that, because this place deserves it. All right. I only had a couple of scriptures lined up for this, because I just wanted to get through those articles. But, the point has been made. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. And again, these articles and stuff that are taking place, this is just stuff that just happened within the past couple days. Russia sent off those missiles over to Ukraine. Ukraine vowed to, basically, retaliate with the weapons from the United States and what the United States is blessing. You know what I'm saying? Trump coming out saying that this is something different. You know what I mean? Like they gotta stop this, because this is where it's heading. Is you ain't no turning back. Basically, Jeremiah 51:7 says, "Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad." Right? So the nations are mad. Okay, whether it's Russia or North Korea or Iran or whatever the case may be, these nations are mad. All these nations are mad, man. All right. At the end of the day, this is going to turn into the worst case scenario for all of these nations. Okay, that's what we're about to experience. The end game. Thus saith the Lord, thus saith prophecy. The will of Yahawah is to bring down America, Babylon the Great, to bring down Esau's rulership, and that's what we're witnessing. So I'm going to leave it there. As always, I hope this was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. As always, Shalom.